I mean, where do I start? No, the game was electric. I mean, it had a bit of everything. I mean, a bunch of goals, back and forth game. I mean, got to highlight our fan base at 3252. They were electric the whole game. Our heartbeat, our energy, and they were our driving force for us getting that third goal and then prevailing and get the win.
Go ahead. Who's that mic? Go ahead.
Hi, Kellyn. Congratulations on the win. Curious the chemistry that you, Jinky, and Denis have developed on the left side of the field. It seems like everything was clicking on that between the three of you, and integrating a player like Denis that has a language barrier. In the meantime, can you tell us a little bit about how you guys been able to get it off so fast?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a credit to Denis of coming into our team and just welcoming all of us with open arms. He's taken a lot of responsibility in learning English. His English isn't as bad as people think. He's just a little bit shy, but and then obviously just relationships on the field. I think just training and getting games under our belt, we're able to understand each other's tendencies and play to each other's strengths. And then for my standpoint is give the ball to Denis and let him score. He saw 2 goals for him. I mean, he's a special player. I mean, big players show up in big moments, and he was a big player for us. And my man Chicharron over here, of course, is him. We were highlighting on the left side, but our goal scorer Chicho Arango with 17 goals this year and counting. So hopefully he can continue scoring some goals.
I have that too for you. First off, can you talk a little bit about the change in midfield for the second half, in your ability to kind of take charge of midfield and basically keep the Galaxy pressed in there and much of that out?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can talk about the 2 halves. I think first half, we allowed the Galaxy to be a little bit too comfortable in the midfield. We weren't getting tight enough, and so they were able to have some interchanges, connecting passes. And I think in the second half, we made some minor adjustments where we were able to build pressure. We played more with a 6-6 and a 10, so we can contain Brugman a little bit and then get pressure on Pug or Pooch. I don't know how to say his last name. Pooch and Delgado, and kind of force them more side to side, make play predictable. So it was a tactical change that allowed us to have more control in the midfield.
And then can you talk just about the emotion of the end of the game where you guys take a lead, they bring in Jovovic, who scores a beautiful goal within a minute, and then you get a winner in stoppage?
Yeah, I mean, it was a roller coaster of emotions. Obviously, the games had some highs and some lows, but overall, I thought the resilience of the group, the guys, kept battling, kept pushing, and we had the belief that we weren't coming away this game without 3 points and with the win. And I mean, I got to highlight my man Chicho over here, having the belief, scoring a big time goal. Like I mentioned before, big players make big plays in big moments, and Chicho's been a big player for us, and we can really count on him, and hopefully he can continue scoring for us.
I'll take 3 more for Kellyn. I'll get Chicho.
Hey, Kellyn, congrats on the victory. Obviously, you were there in the last few minutes. This is your first season with the club. You've been very connected with this club. Earlier today, we found out that you bought tickets for everybody at the training facility. Can you talk about the people that work there and your connection with them?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't something that should have been highlighted by any means, but it was more so there are unsung heroes, people that are behind the scenes that make our job so much easier. So it's one of those things where collectively as a group, they're part of the team. I wanted, and the team wanted to have them share this moment with us, and it made it that much sweeter that we can get the victory with them watching us in the stands.
Can you talk a little bit about the final play? Obviously, you just mentioned Chicho there. What went through your mind when you saw Chicho score that goal?
Relief. Like I said, it was a game of roller coaster of emotions, and like I said, I mean, we had that belief that we could put the ball in a box and create something out of nothing, and I think we had a few corner kicks that were pretty dangerous, and I knew if I could just put it in a good area, one of the big boys would go in there and score the goal, and like it's Chicho right here scored a big goal for us.
I got 2 more questions right here.
You said two more ago.
Hey, Kellyn.
Just joking.
Awesome game, so fun to watch. There was so much quality on both sides, and for you as a central part of this team, as the heartbeat of the team in a lot of ways, when it's so back and forth, how do you focus yourself? And like, what's your inner talk because you are so integral to the team?
Yeah, I mean the game is made up of little plays, and I think for us it's whoever can make the most of those plays, and so being in the midfield, I mean, is the engine of the team. So if we can, hold on to the ball and give everyone a breather, I think that's the most important. And like I mentioned before, the game was a tale of two halves. The first half, we were unable to get pressure onto the ball, causing the whole team to run. I think when we were able to build pressure and force them, make play predictable, we can save some energy. And so, with that being said, I think the second half we're able to gather ourselves and be more attacking minded and get in front of goal and create opportunities. And like you saw, Denis scored a second goal. We had some corner kicks that we put a lot of pressure on, and I mean ultimately that's what allowed us to get chances and end up scoring a couple goals to win the game.
Hi, Kellyn. Congratulations on the win. Obviously, you weren't here in 2019, but it was basically the same way up until now, right? Supporter Shield, get the first bye, play Galaxy at home in a chaotic match, win the match, and then you have the Western Conference Final coming up. But there was a drop-off in 2019. The intensity wasn't the same as it was against Galaxy. Obviously, the intensity, easy to get up for this game. Trafico at home, you mentioned the 32-52, but how do you keep that same intensity going into Western Conference Final when it's not a derby? Obviously, it's still a big game.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a game that happened 3 years ago. I think we have a whole totally different team, a team that's faced a lot of adversity throughout this year. We have some great additions, guys who have a lot of experience, and guys that know what it takes to win something. And for us, we take it game by game. We can't look too much into the MLS Cup. We got to face what's now, the winner of Dallas, Austin. I mean, despite it being a derby, it's a huge game. A game where we can win a trophy, Western Conference, and ultimately reach our goal, which is get to the final and then lift up another trophy. So, yeah, I mean, the name of the game for us is just rest and recover, get our legs back. This game was a lot of emotion, a lot of adrenaline, but now it's time to, watch a little bit of video, kind of put this game behind us, and then we move forward and look forward into the next game. And next game is going to be a different challenge. It's going to be a game that's probably going to have similar emotions, a lot at stake. I mean, both teams are going to be wanting to get to another final, so we got to be ready. And I think from the team standpoint, we will be.
All right, same last question. There you go. We're ready.
Are you sure not two more?
We'll be available.
Je me sens déjà très bien, vraiment très bien. 2 buts qui viennent au bon moment. Et donc du coup, je suis très content de cette victoire, arrachée à la fin. L'équipe a vraiment un mental et ça, vous le savez tous. Et c'est magnifique pour tout le monde.
He's feeling pretty good, pretty confident. 2 goals that comes in a good moment, and then this win is a late winner. But this team, as you guys know, is able to grind team down until the last whistle, until the last play, and it's been quite good to score 2 goals tonight overall, and it's a good evening for us.
Take first question. Go ahead.
One for Denis, one for Max as well. For Denis, just on the thoughts of the atmosphere, the rivalry, it's just a different level for MLS and him coming from a different country, how he kind of experienced it in the game.
Comment tu t'es senti dans l'atmosphère du stade, tu l'as senti dans le derby contre Los Angeles, contre Galaxy. Comment tu t'es senti dans le stade comparé à ce que tu as déjà vécu avant?
Il n'y a rien à voir. Il y a une ambiance ici qui est vraiment belle, une belle ferveur du public qui chante de la première à la dernière minute. C'est ce qui nous pousse, nous les joueurs, à gagner justement à la fin du match comme on l'a fait aujourd'hui. Et je me suis senti à la maison dès le premier match ici, donc ça ne va pas changer, j'espère que ça continuera.
It's unbelievable, even his previous experience in other stadium. This is fantastic. Our supporters are there even to warm up, but starts from minute 1 until the end, and it really pushes the group to push the momentum, and you don't feel tired at all, even though we play 90 plus 6 minutes. It's fantastic to have them, and ever since the first game here, he felt at home.
Max, for you, you said since you got here how much the fans have meant to you, how much energy they brought you. Is this one of the better games you played in MLS, energy-wise? How did you live that, knowing that kind of going down that stretch, they get the equalizer, and you're kind of perhaps thinking ahead of like this may go to extra time and then maybe penalties as well?
Yeah, I mean, you got to stay focused in same moment. We've seen it going up 2-1, then tied the game 2-2 with that goal on the top corner. But you gotta go play by play, and as you just mentioned, you cannot. Well, you want to think sometimes ahead, but you cannot put yourself ahead of time. Got to stay in the moment to make sure that we don't concede at a crucial moment, because we have one more to score, but we got to make sure that we don't concede that last one.
Just on energy, the energy of the game.
Energy is fantastic. To be fair, it's probably the loudest that I've seen the bank, and I feel the bank. It's sensational, to be honest. Since day one against Colorado, the home opener, and then tonight, the atmosphere was great the first day, but today they took it to another level. Yeah.
Hi guys, congratulations. I have a question for both of you, but I wanted to ask Denis. You had a clutch goal in the game against the Timbers that was really important for the game, and then you came here today and also secured us a win. So I wanted to ask, this is your first Galaxy derby. Was it everything that you expected and heard that it was going to be? And did it live up to the rivalry that you thought it was going to be?
Donc ton premier but à Portland était top, exceptionnel, c'est venu à un bon moment. Puis évidemment, là, tu as un peu compris
Premier
la question.
derby,
Exactement.
comment ça s'est passé, etc.
Exactement, comment tu l'as vécu en fait.
Je sais très bien qu'un derby, justement, ça se gagne. Ici, c'est vraiment un vrai match qu'il ne faut pas perdre. Voilà, on a senti la ferveur sur les réseaux, sur le terrain aussi. Et voilà, fallait que je me mette dedans. Et justement, voilà, l'équipe a fait que je me suis mis dedans. Tout le monde s'est mis dedans et on a gagné ce match. Et félicitations à tout le monde.
Yeah, there's a quote that says a derby, you don't play, you win it. And so you can feel that sensation in the stadium for him as well. Living onto the first derby, like you said, there's that sensation. So he put himself really into the moment, into the game. And obviously this guy made a great impression tonight once again.
And for Maxime, I wanted to know, for you as one of the leaders on the field, it's always hard to be up and then go equalize and then be up and equalize again. How did you keep the team focused?
Yeah, I mean, we know that we can, when we concede, we know that we can push the momentum and score one or two. But the most important thing is not to get ahead of ourselves or not to be frustrating. It's really to get the guys' focus, the concentration high. Even though yes, there are high emotions sometimes on the field, it's just by a look with your defenders, you know that the situation is under control, that you manage the tempo of the game, and that there's play that you need to make, and you're there to cover each other. And so that's pretty much how we feel on the field today.
Max, congrats on the win. You have been in very emotional games, especially in Carson. How sweet is it for you to beat the Galaxy and eliminate them?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Being 34th season, and then you get the U.S. Open Cup as well. It's a lot of games, but at the end of the day, playoffs matters, and there's no tomorrow. You win, you advance, and if not, well, your season is folded in 90 minutes. And so it's unbelievable, super satisfied. We show that Los Angeles is black and gold and not white or blue or yellow or whatever. It's black and gold tonight.
Two more questions. Go ahead, Josh.
Thank you. Denis, can you say on the goal from Chicho, can you explain what you saw? I mean, you almost had a hat trick there. It was a great save. Just how did you see that play develop?
Comment tu t'es senti dans le jeu? Tu as presque eu un tour du chapeau, le ballon était un peu trop long, le gardien est sorti. Comment tu as vu le jeu évoluer?
Je me suis senti très bien. Voilà, l'équipe me met en confiance, commence à connaître mon jeu. Et voilà, sur le but de Chicho, voilà, c'est comme si j'avais marqué un triplé pour moi. J'étais vraiment content, et pour le travail qu'il a fait sur le terrain, il est récompensé, et toute l'équipe est récompensée sur ça.
Yeah, he feels more comfortable, him, and the team starts to know him as well with some little details and some clutch pass timing and such. And as soon as Chicho scores, it's like he's scoring, it's a moment of relief and joy as well, because every guy put the work in, and he said congratulations to everybody.
Last question here.
Congratulations to both of you on the win. Denis, obviously you arrived late in the season to a team that's already being successful, already was top of the league, and now you're a big player coming in with big expectations, and you are able to provide 3 of the biggest goals of the season, obviously in Portland and then 2 tonight. What does it mean to you to be able to provide those huge goals that were expected of you when you come in?
Donc, t'es arrivé dans la saison quand c'était un peu tard, même si on était prêt au championnat, t'étais capable de mettre ton grain de sel à l'équipe, etc. Mais comment tu te sens de t'approcher justement dans l'équipe? Comment tu t'es mis à l'aise très rapidement? Et puis, comment tu te sens pour ajouter un peu ton grain de sel à cette équipe-là?
Tout d'abord, tout le monde m'a très bien accueilli, le staff et les joueurs aussi m'ont très bien accueilli. Donc c'est facile de jouer quand tout le monde t'accueille super bien. J'avais plus qu'à montrer mes qualités au service du collectif. C'est ce que j'ai fait. Donc mon but à Portland vient récompenser toute une saison à Los Angeles FC. Et ce soir, donc voilà, je poursuis mon bonhomme de chemin grâce à tout le monde, grâce à l'équipe et grâce aussi aux supporters qui me donnent cette énergie pour gagner ce match.
He was welcomed really well when he first arrived by the staff at first, and then he met the players, and so that made him feel really comfortable as well. And just his personal abilities add to the collective, where the collective was already in a good mood, but with his quality and his person going into the group, it just mixed it glued it really well. And at the end of the day, his goal in Portland, like you mentioned, the one that he scored, it's one that relieves the whole organization. And it's his way to give back to how he was treated in the first place here with staff, teammates, and organization, as well as the supporters that made him feel really welcome. And so that's just his personal abilities that glued into our group.